Good morning. I'm reading excerpts from What Jesus Wants You to Know Today, as was channeled to him through Gina Lake, by him through Gina Lake. I am the one you have known as Jesus the Christ. I am also you, as I live inside of each and every one as the divine consciousness, Christ consciousness, that everyone is endowed with. I, as Jesus Christ, am but an external representation of Christ consciousness, but Christ consciousness is within you too. I am not the only son of the Father. You are all my sons. You are all sons and daughters of this most magnificent intelligence I have called Father, and many call God. Excuse me. You are no different than me in that you have the same potential to be a Christ, to be enlightened as I was. Indeed, it is everyone's destiny to become enlightened. This is not apparent because you are aware of only this one lifetime that you are living. But if you were familiar with the progression of lifetimes you and everyone else is living, you would see that these lives lead to one thing: enlightenment, which is to say they lead you back home to love, to your own divine nature. Enlightenment is a state of true seeing, of seeing the truth about who you are and where you came from. The truth is not evident from your ordinary state of consciousness as a human being. You see through a glass darkly, and that is the essential difference between you and the Jesus you knew me as, and the non-physical, ascended, or enlightened being that I am now. I knew the truth and taught the truth when I was alive 2,000 years ago, and I'm here to offer it to you today, which I can do easily enough with the help of channels. Regardless of what you think of channeling, it is the way I am able to speak to you today, if you are open and willing to listen. First of all, let me say that Jesus was but one of my many lifetimes on earth, the most illustrious from your standpoint, but not from mine. I was a simple man then, standing up for what I believed and teaching the truth as I knew it. I was a spiritual teacher and a healer, but I was no more special than you, no less human, and no more divine. I was enlightened, however, and that is what set me apart and what people recognized in me and revered. Many assume that I was a perfect human being or a god, but I was not. I was human, with all the emotions and egoic tendencies of every human being. Excuse me. I was human and I was divine, just as you are. Most people haven't actualized their divine self, or at least to the extent that I and other enlightened or awake beings have. This human life is a journey of discovering and uncovering your divine self and learning to live as that. At a certain point during that lifetime, I realized I had a destiny and generally understood what that destiny was, since I was in touch with the Father, or the guidance being given me from higher dimensions. And I was committed to following that guidance, regardless of the trials entailed in that. I knew I would face great difficulties in executing my mission, as humanity was in a very primitive state, and for the most part, deeply unaware and capable of great cruelty. Despite that, I gladly took on this challenge, for I saw the opportunity to affect many with my sorely needed message of love. Someone had to come to earth to fulfill this destiny, and I enthusiastically volunteered. I welcomed the opportunity to try to free those I could from their shackles of not knowing. I also foresaw, though, that after my death, many of these teachings would be co-opted by egos, distorted, and put in service to a hierarchical religion that would be carried out in my name. Still, the teachings needed to be brought to earth for those who could understand them and pass them on. My purpose was never to establish a religion, and I understood that people would turn what I had said, or what they thought I said, into a religion. But there was only so much I could do about that, or about how people might interpret the teachings after I was gone. That was up to them, and many lessons have resulted from that. Nevertheless, over the centuries, I've done my best from this dimension to shape these teachings through monks, nuns, priests, ministers, higher authorities in the church, and ordinary people who have been able to connect with me intuitively. I have always been present in your churches. My presence in churches is real, and it is felt. That is authentic, even if some of what is taught is inaccurate. Whenever I am called upon, I appear. And whenever you call upon me, I am there. I am real, and I am experienced in people's hearts. The truth I taught is real, and that is experienced in your hearts as well. The truth I came to teach is love. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Such simple yet powerful truths and guidelines that, if applied, could change the world. The truth is simple, and it is self-evident, although not easy to practice. Knowing the truth is the beginning of changing the world. Too many were and are still living according to false beliefs instead of the truth. I came to earth to try to change that, to be a voice for truth to the extent that I can from this dimension. I never really left you. I have never ceased being in service to humanity and your beautiful planet. I came to earth to change people's minds. I came to show people what was possible, that they could be happy with little, and that they were, in fact, children of an infinitely wealthy and generous Father, and that a happy and abundant life is within everyone's reach, not just in a supposed heaven. Once the truth is understood, inner and outer riches and contentment are possible for any and all who are willing to live according to the truth. The truth I speak of is love. Allowing love to guide you in your life is all that is required to live a blessed life, one full of love and other types of abundance, creativity, joy, fulfillment, beauty, and adoration of the one God abiding within everything, giving life to everything. That is, it is that, the divinity and all, that I came to life to honor and spread the word about. The lowliest and the mightiest in society are equally beloved in the eyes of God, in the eyes of that which is behind all of creation and which lives and breathes through all of creation.